In Episode 8, Ellen, Margot, and Bradford brief President Reagan after reclaiming lithium mining site. President congratulates Ellen on successful operation and offers promotion to permanent NASA administrator. Ellen tells Pam about offer. Pam wants Ellen to take job. Ellen says she only wants Pam. Meanwhile, Bradford informs Margot Soviets have delayed Buran shuttle launch. Margot quietly asks assistant to call Sergei and invite him back to NASA. At Kennedy Space Center, Ed Baldwin visits Gordo Stevens as he prepares for Shuttle Columbia launch. They reminisce about old shuttles before new Pathfinder fleet makes them obsolete. Ed tells Gordo he is proud of him. Gordo launches for Moon. Back on Earth, Molly Cobb learns radiation exposure during solar storm has likely caused glaucoma. She will slowly go blind. Molly responds to news like any 1980s girl boss astronaut would. She steals jet. Meanwhile, NASA reveals Pathfinder shuttle has been armed with missiles. Mission is now joint operation between NASA and Department of Defense. Ed Baldwin, Sally Ride, and Gary Piscotti test system by firing at drone targets simulating Soviet satellites. Sally expresses concern about offensive use of weapon system. At Jamestown Base, Gordo arrives on Moon for first time since mental breakdown. Base has grown much larger and his bunk is conveniently located next to Tracy Stevens. Two share cigarette through highly sophisticated lunar smoking tube. Gordo admits he came back to Moon to win Tracy back. She tells him he can try. Meanwhile, at Outpost Vodka Tavern, Karen attempts to pretend kiss with Danny never happened. Danny confesses he has loved Karen for years. Karen responds by immediately shutting down immature fantasy. She tells Danny to grow up and find girl his own age. Sorry, of course not. First, they have one night stand, treating audience to 8 straight minutes of cringe-inducing awkwardness. Danny suggests running away together. However, post-hookup clarity finally arrives, and Karen comes to her senses. Finally back on Moon, Tracy flies Moon Marines to disputed mining site. They encounter 2 Soviet cosmonauts working with equipment. Marines attempt to warn them away in Russian. One cosmonaut opens box. Marine assumes weapon and opens fire. Apparently, cosmonauts do not speak English, and Americans' Russian was really bad. Soviets were reaching for translation card. One cosmonaut is dead, other severely wounded. Well, that went horribly.